We built btwb to support independent gyms. These gym owners have unique journeys that led them to create incredible communities in their towns or cities all around the world. Spotlight is going to help tell these stories and celebrate these people. All right, Mike, I appreciate you joining me today, man. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no worries.
So you are from CrossFit Steps, correct?
Correct.
And we talk to people all around the world, so let everyone know, where is your gym located?
We're just outside of downtown Vancouver, in
Oh,
Canada.
okay.
Yeah.
Is it bitterly cold there right now, or is it warming up?
No, the Vancouver area is pretty warm. We're usually in the above freezing. Um, so in Celsius, we're at about 3 to 4 degrees right now,
Okay. All
uh,
right.
which would
Okay.
be about 40 in your
Not
terms.
bad. Not bad
Yeah.
at all. And so, how did your gym start? What were its roots?
So my wife and I purchased the gym from the original owner who started the gym. I don't actually know why he started it, but it started about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Well, actually 12 years ago now. And I know he is still is a karate instructor, black belt. And my belief is that he was using CrossFit to rehab a knee injury rather than
Okay.
surgery. And so he wanted to get a lot stronger. And so he just ended up opening a gym uh, because he wanted to work out.
What made you and your wife want to be gym owners?
I, as you can probably tell, I'm a little older. I was retiring, and we were already members of the gym. And
Okay.
COVID was pretty tough on gyms. Um,
That's
it
one way to
was
say it.
it was way down, and I don't know what it was like in the U.S., but for us, we were closed. We were forced to close for a long time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and all the promises of lots of government support never really materialized. And so we ended up
Right.
the gym was struggling, and the previous owners decided they wanted out, and my wife and I, similar to why the gym started, we wanted a place to work out. So we were like, well, if it closes, we're kind of done. So let's try and keep it going.
Yeah, interesting. Everyone's story is a little bit different. That's wild. And so, people have different views of what gym ownership is like. You took over one that was already in existence, but in a very tough period. Some people start from scratch and they just think, well, I'll just open it and the members will just show up and it'll be easy and awesome. It took some courage to take it over during a profoundly difficult time when you guys were in a rough patch. How did you just have to take over ownership and weather that storm and the sun came back out again, or was there some serious things you had to do to get back on track?
No, we had to put in some serious effort to get our membership up. We were on track to probably would have failed in about 4 months had we not really gone at it pretty hard to get
No
our members
kidding.
up. Yeah,
Did you know it was that dire when you signed on the
we did.
dotted line?
We had a pretty good idea. I think diving into it a little deeper after we owned it was a minor shock, but not a huge shock. I mean, we knew it was
So,
in trouble.
what did you do during those 4 months to make sure that it thrived again or get back on its feet?
We held a lot of community stuff, so we did a lot of bring a friend days to the gym. We upped our advertising on Facebook, um, and just tried to spruce it up. We sunk some money into it right off the bat to try and get equipment up to snuff and clean the place up, paint it, make it look a little more new,
Okay.
just to try and create a better impression from people walking in because it was looking tired and honestly, for good reason. I mean, if you're not making any money, it's tough to keep enthusiasm up.
Now, which of those, I talked to a lot of gym owners and I'm fascinated because sometimes people will put time, money, and energy into certain avenues, hoping that they'll get a payoff of membership or whatever. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So, how did the Bring a Friend days work compared to the Facebook ads? Like, do you have any sense of which one really moved the needle and which one you're like, I wouldn't recommend you do that. It was kind of a waste of time.
I think the Bring a Friend days really moved the needle initially. In the first 4 or 5, maybe first, let's say 6 months.
Okay.
We haven't had much luck with them since then.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think we've
Kind of
sort of
kickstarted.
saturated our members and their friends, and so it's kind of and our door is always open for Bring a Friend Day. So I mean, it's not as much of an event as it was initially, but I
Hmm.
think that in combination, just getting people through the door, and if the gym is kept well and run professionally, I think it makes a good impression on people.
And you said you were retired now. So is this you and your wife's full-time occupation, or do you two both do something else as well?
It's my full-time occupation. Having said that, it's not really full-time. I mean,
Gotcha.
I'd say it's about three-quarter time as far as a 40-hour work week goes.
Okay,
Uh,
you're retired, man.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think three quarters time is just fine.
yeah.
So for somebody who's never been up there, who, doesn't know CrossFit Steps, but maybe, it's a big world, people connect through the internet, they know somebody in the local area, and they're like, oh, I've got a friend, a nephew, a relative that's not too far from there, and they want to learn more about your gym. Like, how would you describe the culture, the vibe? Some gyms are older, younger, really into competing, not into competing. What would be your description of CrossFit Steps?
I think we certainly have lots of room in that we can still challenge very fit athletes. But our focus is more on day to day people that want to work out 3 to 4 times a week and stay fit. And
Mm.
so it's really not as competitive as other gyms in our area, which I think is a good thing.
Hmm.
I've talked to other owners that are more competitive focused, and we both agree we're selling different products, and that's a good thing for the market. So
Yeah, 100%. And what's the demographic? Is it 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s? Who's in there?
I'd say it's mostly 30s and 40s,
Okay.
but we have lots of members who started out in our teens class, our kids class, and are now in the adult class. So lots of young students, and we have quite a few older athletes as well. So in their 50s and 60s, and including at least two that are in their 70s.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
How has the teens program been? Was that part of the gym when you purchased it, or did you guys implement that?
it was part of the gym when we purchased it, but it had lost membership, and so it was kind of dragging. And I find the teens membership good. I think it's awesome for teens, and there are a certain percentage of teens that come in that just do really well.
Hmm.
Um, I think there's another segment of that population spends a lot of time with a controller in their hand, is
Oh, yeah.
really not that engaged physically, and so it's tough for them. But I think it's valuable, and so we keep it going regardless of whether or not our membership is full or not.
And do you do all structured classes? Is there open gym as well, or how do you guys do business?
It's all structured classes, either private training or group training.
Okay, perfect. If you had a bit of a time machine, you could go back. What do you wish you knew about gym ownership that you had to learn the hard way?
Well, that's a good question. I guess it's not. I don't know that this is specific to gym ownership at all. I think it's all business, and I've been involved in a few different businesses, and it just requires consistent effort.
Hmm.
Once you get the ball moving, once you get that rock rolling up that hill, you better keep pushing it, or it's going to start rolling back down. And it's that consistent push that really I think is the secret to it.
I would strongly agree with you on that one. Oh, what is it that you guys like about BTWB and the all-in-one for helping run your gym?
Well, it's really handy to have everything in one place. It's easy for sign up. It's easy to keep track of who's there, what their attendance is like. We came from we're with BTWD right now, but we were with,
Hmm.
and I find that with Beyond the Whiteboard, the service, the willingness to help is exceptional. It was one
Oh,
of the
good.
reasons we left. That they would just kind of their customer service. Their challenges are still there, but they really weren't willing to address them as eagerly.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, the team at BTWB certainly they love making tech and they want it to be the best. So I'm sure they want to hear what you got going on because they're kind of like you said, they get up each day to keep pushing that ball forward. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's no doubt about that. Well, if people wanted to find out more about your gym or whatnot, go ahead and self-promote. Do you guys have? What's the website? Are you on social media? How can they find you?
Yeah, CrossFitSteps.com. Pretty basic. Um, that's our website. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. come and see us. It's a great gym, very family oriented, very community oriented. So
Perfect. Well, man, I appreciate your time, Mike. I appreciate you sharing a bit about your gym and the origin story. If I make my way up to that area, I'll have to drop in for a
please
class and
do. Yeah.
yeah, give you a high five in person. And for anybody out there watching or listening to this, if you own a gym, doesn't matter what kind of gym you own, you want to have a good all-in-one solution to gym management, billing, and track some workout results, go to btwb.com and the team will take care of you. So again, thanks, Mike. Good luck up there.
Excellent. Thanks, Pat, very much. We'll talk soon.